Good morning, everyone. This is Jennifer of Jendell Beads Craft. Happy New Year, first of all, and this is my first video for this year, and I'll be teaching you how to create this beautiful bead dangles. These are personally designed by yours truly, and I will teach you from doing this dangles and this flower shortly. But first, let me introduce you to my new set of tools which my husband brought me when he came home. This is the one-step big looper. It's a 3 millimeter round where you can easily create this dangles in just one step. Okay, so we will be using this one, and also we will be using the 6-in-1 looping pliers, which is 2 millimeter, 3 millimeter, 4, 5, 6, and 7 millimeter. That will create your big edges rounded like this one. So we'll be comparing both this 6-in-1 looping plier and this one-step big looper as we go along. But you can also use the standard tools, which are the round nose plier and the chain nose plier, the flat nose plier, and also your cutter. By the way, all my items are from Beadsmith. Especially these two are also from Beadsmith. I tried to look for these items in Lazada, but they are so expensive, about $100. But my husband bought it only for, I think, $20 or $10. But of course, he came over from America to Philippines. Okay, so as you can see, I have my pointy finger on bandage because I hurt my pointy finger the past days. I don't want to tell you the details because I don't want to frighten you. So let's go on with our materials. First is we will be needing this bell flower. You can buy this from DIY Chanfilo in Quiapo, and they come in assorted color for one pack. So what I did is I just sorted out the colors and picked the one which I like, and then I created several dangles and keychains out from it, and I will show you in the next coming videos how I created the keychain. So we will be needing different sizes of pearl beads. I use pearl beads because they are inexpensive compared to the crystal beads. So this one, for one strand, you only get it for 15 to 20 pesos one strand, and you get somewhere around 36 pieces, 56 pieces, and 72 pieces depending on the sizes. So they have 8 millimeter, and this is 8 millimeter. They also have 10 millimeter, and we will be using 6 millimeter and 8 millimeters. So they also have the 6 millimeters. So I'll be using aqua blue and also light blue. So this is the 10, oh, this is the 8 millimeter. So we will be using 3 8 millimeter and 6 millimeter of both colors. And also we will be needing this bellflower, color of your choice, and one leaf, and I'm looking for and one crystal for the bud of the flower. Some head pins, a head pin for the flower, and also we will be using seed beads. So this is I have I think these are 3 millimeter seed beads just to make the stem of the bud for the flower. So I'll be teaching you as we go along with creating the flower. So that's for the flowers. And also we will be using just one piece of the 6 millimeter jump ring to place it on the flower. Okay, so let me just get rid of the samples here. So today we will be creating the blue motif bag dangles. So I also have the green one here, and this is the one I love, the purple and pink and fuchsia combination. So this one you can hang it on your bags. You can sell it at 50 pesos or 60, 75 depending on your cost, but I sell them at 50 pesos. So I'm creating this video especially for my very avid client, Miss Araceli of Bacoor, Cavite. Thank you, ma'am, for the suggestion. She wanted to know how to create this bag dangles, so I already sent her the samples, and she wants to know how I created it. So let me pause for a while. I'll be getting the key this keychain. It's different from the keychain that we're using. This is, they call it ID holder, but I prefer to use it as a bag dangles. Okay, so let me pause for a while and get back to you. Okay, now I'm back. So this is the ID holder, which you can buy also from Chanfilo, and then I just attached this chain. It's about 10 pieces chains, and I bought it from the market only because I cannot find it in Chanfilo. They have small chains and it doesn't work for this project. So when I saw those chains in the market, I just bought few yards, and it's about 40 pesos per yard or 45 pesos, I can't remember. So I bought it long time back, so I don't remember, but anyhow, I'll update you once I ran out of these chains and buy a new one with the prices. So anyhow, so I already attached it. It's very simple. Let me just remove it and then attach it again, because these chains, they have an opening. So all you have to do is let me just so this is how it's like opening a jump ring. So you just open it and then attach it to the ID holder, and then close it like closing a C type. So sorry, I cannot hardly see. So okay, so it's really difficult to work when you have one finger immobilized. So okay, so I think it's okay. So we already have attached our chain with our holder. So this one is like a hook, and it's safe when you put it in your bag. Even the expensive bag, you can put this one because it will not hurt your expensive bag. So next is we are going to create the flower. Okay, let me just set this aside, and we will be creating the flower, and we will use our one step big looper. Looks like this one, because I find it easier to make loops with this one. Before, I used to make a lot of dangles, and it takes me time when I use the ordinary long nose and pliers. So I just use this one to make it faster. So first we will put the crystal on the long, this is a 4mm head pin. Yeah, so you have the flat edge. You cannot use the eye pin for this one, because when you use the eye pin, it means you want to add more on the end. So this one will just use the normal head pin. It's like a nail. So we take the 3mm, about, I mean the seed beads, we'll put about 7. So that's 1, 2, So some people, they prefer to do this way, which is sometimes I do it like that when I'm lazy. See, it's much easier to get those seed beads when you just do it this way. Okay. Sorry if my pointy finger is going against the camera. I'm trying not to put it, I'm trying not to place it there, but it just goes there. So anyhow, I think we have enough. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I think we'll take out 1 and let's measure it if it goes. So we put the bell flower over there. Oh, we'll take out 1 more. Remove 1 more. We want the crystal nut to appear. Okay, so that's fine with me. If it's fine with you, you can add more or you can remove, you know, depends on your preference. So let's take out this one here. So okay, this is how we use the one step big loop plier. Okay, so as you can see, it has this U shape over here. That's where we place our head pin, and then it has a round hole over there. If you have a big head pin like this, for example, you can put it there to straighten up the head pin, and it will cut it straight away. So this one step big looper, it will create a rounded or a loop in your head pin, and it will cut the edges as well. So this is how you use it. Okay, and then just press it. See that? So this one, it cut the edge. So the only thing that I noticed using this one step big looper is that it doesn't really give you a closed edge, but that's okay because at least it only took you a few seconds to make this loop. So now what I'm going to do is just get my normal round nose plier and just close that part like so. Okay, so and then I use my flat nose to put that in the center. Okay, so let's just center that loop. Okay, so that's how we use the one step big looper. Okay, so now we have the bell flower done. Now let me show you how to use the 6-in-1 looping plier. Okay, so as I've said, it has different sizes. So you can, I normally use the smallest size when I make my bracelets because this one is like 2mm hole. So that's what I use, and I use this 3mm for making holes like this, loops like this. So if you can see, this one is made from this one, so it's the same size. Okay, this is long, this is much bigger for this one, so this is the size of it. It's 3mm hole. Now for this one, it just takes time when you use it, not like when you use the one step big looper. This one, you have to cut a pinch size of your head pin using your cutter like so. Okay, this is how I, okay, I hope it doesn't fly. So, and then we'll make this this one. So we put our 6-in-1 looping plier on that end, and then we create the round. You see? Now, this is why I don't use it that much. I just use it for making jewelries. So I have to go back in and out, and then try to fit it in. Okay, so this is how it creates it, but I didn't like that. So what I'm going to do is get my small Beadsmith round nose plier and just tweak a little bit, tweak it there and tweak it here. So it'll take a little time to get that perfect loop on the bead. Okay, so there you go. So that's okay with me. And then the flat nose plier to flatten it. So now you can see, oh, I think my finger has, see, now you can see a good loop over there. So next is, again, we'll use the one-step looping plier to create another dangle. Okay, so insert that dangle there and see what happens when I insert this 4mm head pin on that hole. Okay, so now head pin is inserted there, and then we push the head pin and the bead, and then squeeze it, squeeze your plier, and you'll see it cuts the head pin over that side. And now you can try to tweak this one a little bit. So now you have a more precise and faster way of creating loops using the one-step looper. And as usual, I just want to close that loop using my normal plier. Okay, so there you go. So now let's go back to our project. So we have the bell and we have the chain. Now this is where we will use the I have already pre-made some beads over here using the one-step looper. So I just need to add the leaf on this flower. I'll use the 6mm, and then when you open a jump ring, I always advise everyone to open it like a C type, not to open it like U type, not like this, but you open it like C, like that. Yeah, so let me show you how. So this is your jump ring, and then you open it like a C. See that? Okay, and then we take that part, we insert our leaf, or first we will insert this, our flower, and then insert the leaf. Okay, you can insert the leaf directly on the flower, but I prefer to use a jump ring so that the leaf will dance, will shake with when we insert it. So there you go. I hope you can see that clearly. See? So we close it against how we opened it. Okay, so that will not make our dangles fall down. Okay, so next is I normally place the flower on the first chain on the upward part, which is this one. So what I do is, instead of opening the flower, I open the chain because it's easier that way, and it's much sturdier once you get to assemble everything. So we open that like a C, and then we insert our flower. Okay, so that's more easier than opening and closing the other items. So okay, let me just close that part. Okay, okay, okay. So now there you go, you have your flower up there. Okay, now we placed however you like it, you know. It doesn't need it doesn't really need a step on it, but you can put your dangles on how you want them to be. Like I want to put one 6mm, and then one 8mm, and then one 6mm. No, in order to get a kind of a how you say it, it's kind of a bulk, you know, a chunky kind of dangle. So sorry, I took out from the camera because I want to make sure that I close it properly so that the dangles will not fall. Okay, so that's the first dangle. It's on the first chain below. And then what I normally do is I put the next dangles on here. I'll show you the next dangle, which is the next color. I place it on the second chain below. So we have our blue dangles on the first chain below, so we go here on the second chain. So let me just check where is the opening of this. There you go. So we open that one, okay, like how we normally do, open it. Okay, and then again I put 6mm, 8mm, and another 6mm. Okay, well, other people normally do, they place the other dangles on an alternate, you know, chain. But for me, I like the concept of having a chunky I want to have a chunky dangle, so I placed my dangles on each of the chain. So on our third chain, we put our light blue light blue dangles. So again, we placed a 6mm, an 8mm, and a 6mm. Okay, so you can fasten the video if you already know how to place the other dangles, and let me finish it while recording so that others who don't see it clearly will have a nice view of it. So now we have the fourth chain. So again, 6, 8, and 6. Okay, with the aqua or teal color, as they say. Okay, so I'm sorry about my hand, it's going against the camera. Okay, okay, so that's the one. And then again on the next chain, how do I hide my injured finger? Okay, on the next chain Okay, we put the last 3 pieces of our light blue. Okay, there you go. The only hardest part in doing this, you know, it's preparing the your dangles. So that will take you much time. That's why I opted to make all the dangles before creating the video, so that it will not eat up the time. So our last dangles, we place it on the 6th chain. So there you go, 1, 2, 3. Okay, then we make sure that we keep a closer look on our chain, that we close it properly. Okay, so there you go, your back dangles is done. See that? It's plain and simple. It only takes you a few minutes to do it, but for doing the dangles, that's the most part wherein you really need to take time doing those. So what I normally do is I lay down all the materials that I want to do on my back dangles. Like I have a stash of this beads, which I already place a loop on each one, and then I create a lot of back dangles on them. And also I have this stash which has leftovers from the projects that I made. So this one I'll be creating a keychain with you, of course. I'll show it to you in the next coming video. And for now, thank you for watching this video. I hope you like it. Please press the thumbs up. Don't mind my finger, just press the thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and in order for you to be updated on future videos. Again, thank you and have a prosperous new year. Bye for now.